Hello, thanks for joining me for another review. Right, today we're going up to Suffolk and the Adnams Brewery in Southwold, and this is the 2017 Tally Ho. It's saying multiple things. On the front, a traditional dark ale. Untapped are saying it's a winter warmer, and then on the back it's saying Tally Ho is a limited edition barley wine style beer brewed at Adnams in Suffolk since 1880. Wow, pretty impressive. So I've had a few of their regular beers, but I've never had this before. So another Christmas beer. Yeah, you can get quite a few of their regular style beers in the supermarkets and on cask here in the UK. I've reviewed a few of these things, but yeah, this is coming in at 7.2% ABV, bottle conditioned ale, 330ml bottle. Best before the 30th of September of 2019. So, and you could probably age this, being this style of beer. I know one of my friends has got like a 4 or 5 year old bottle somewhere, which would be quite interesting just to see what that's like now. Right, let's crack this open then. Hopefully it won't. Nice little hiss. Smoke! Smoking. So, let's pour it. Ding ding. Next please. So 7.2 barley style, or barley wine style beer. Quite a low ABV. Low ABV even for the style. I know on the 10th would love this style of beer. Being a big ABV beer with plenty of alcohol burn, I'm sure you'd like it, Chris. But yeah, it's just above even half a finger of head there. This is going well. I get my words mixed up. So just off white head, tightly packed bubbles on top, some bigger ones clinging to the side of the head. It's a light, yeah. It's a very dark plum colour, a little bit lighter than the beer I've just reviewed. Same kind of style of beer, but yeah, dark, winter warmer, barley wine, whatever you want to call them. Someone's going to say, oh, they're two different styles. Okay, I'm wrong. A little bit of alcohol legs going on there, but yeah, let's get an aroma then. Ooh. Getting some brown sugar for sure, sweetness. Almost candy floss. Dark fruits as you'd expect. A slight, almost bubblegummy edge. Smells interesting, I must say. Definitely a very kind of confectionery sweetness, maybe a little bit of toffee, caramel. There is dark fruits, but it's more the sweetness is just above that. Maybe a bit of raisiny underneath, underline that. Not really picking up much of the ABV, 7.2. Let's give it a try. Cheers. Wow. Quite a light body on that first initial taste for a 7.2. For my palate anyway. It depends what you're used to ABV beer wise. To someone who's drinking this for the first time and doesn't generally drink many beers, say above 4.5% ABV, you'd probably drink this and think, "Whoa, that's so boozy," you know. But for me, it's not. Very, very smooth, very light. You are picking up that brown sugar-esque-ness, if that's, well, it's not a word, but you know what I mean by that. Caramel, toffee, as I've picked up on the aroma. Dark fruits of certainly raisin. Slightly plum. I wouldn't say it may be dates, but they're a bit stronger. This is a little bit more, kind of more subdued than that being the main dark fruit note. Leaving a lovely lacing on the side of the glass. Nice. Be interested to see how well this ages. I think this could be possibly a contender to age for 4 or 5 years, despite what the label says. So they're giving this probably a 2-year shelf life. I don't know when they put this on Untapped. October the 21st this appeared on Untapped for this year's vintage. 2 years, I guess. 2 year shelf life, but yeah, I reckon you could probably double that and add another year or 2 on it. It's definitely got that kind of candied sweet sugar sweetness, almost like a slight kind of burnt sugar, like a cream brulee, something like that. Very thin body though. I'm really surprised. It's very nice though. It doesn't take away from the beer. It's still very, very tasty and stuff, but yeah, a little bit more of a body is probably the only thing I could possibly put against this beer. Which, don't get me wrong, it's still not a session beer. Well, it could be to some people, but certainly not for myself. Definitely a winter type beer, winter warmer as it says. Right, I've already told you that half the commercial description that was on the bottle anyway. It says unashamedly strong winter warmer bottle condition, so I have actually read it all to you already. Where does this rate with the English Christmas beers I've had so far? Yeah, it's quite. It's probably the best one I've tried so far, to be honest with you. I think the ABV helps, it lifts it a little bit, although to me it still tastes a little bit thin. Pretty much most of the others have been, I suppose they've varied from what, 3.7 to 6%. This one's a little bit more. It's probably the first one above, certainly above 7, maybe first one above 6 that I've actually tried from the UK. So there's a chance that the ABV has helped it a little bit. In terms of a rating then for me, very pleasant beer. Quite possibly one of the best beers I've had from this brewery. Possibly. You know, I could be giving this a score now, and I've given one the same score, but I think it's the best one. 8.5 out of 10 for me. Decent beer. 8.5. What's that? A 4.25 Untapped. Over to Untapped then for this year's vintage, the 2017 Tally Ho. It's had only 12 ratings. There you go. 12 ratings. I suppose a lot of people have probably, because they do the vintage of the beer, comes out once a year, put it on there. There's probably also a Tally Ho from Adnams, and it's probably got like 40,000 ratings or whatever, and everyone's checking into that. I'm going to check into this one. 12 ratings and at 3.85, so that's, yeah, it's not even an 8. It's just over a 7. Is that 7.5? Yeah, 7.5, just over 7.5, between 7.5 and 8. Yeah, I'm giving this 8.5, so there you are. So if you've had this beer, incidentally I got this beer from Beers of Europe. Thank you again, Dan, for getting me this and bringing it back down from King's Lynn. If you've had this one, this year's vintage of the Adnams, the Adnams Southwold Tally Ho, their Barleywine style beer, 7.2%. Let your comments, put your comments down below, and I'm going to clear off before I edit the whole thing. I don't care. Cheers then, see you on the next review.